Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Elsie, editor for World Aviation Festival, and today I have the pleasure of being joined by Alex Manns, CEO of FLYR. It's a pleasure to have you with us today, Alex. So we're going to sort of chat a bit about the retail landscape in aviation at the moment, what's changing, what's coming up, but to talk about the past, as it were. Obviously aviation, there's a lot of legacy systems, so what sort of challenges do you encounter when relying on these from a retail perspective, and how can we affect an evolution?
Yeah, so airlines are the last industry standing that hasn't actually modernized the way it sells things, right? Whether it is public transport, whether it is healthcare, whether it is banking, all these industries have massively digitized in the last 10 years. Everything we can now do on our phone, everything we can self-service. You can send money to somebody on the other side of the globe within seconds. Yet the way we book an airline ticket, the way we try and service a booking that we've made has basically been the same, right? When we need a hotel for our trip, we might buy with the airline, but we get redirected to booking.com, right? Or if we buy insurance, we can buy it with the airline, but we end up calling the insurance company if something changes. So really what legacy technology, the reservation system or the PSS of the airline has prohibited us from doing is to act like a modern e-commerce company. And this is because the only thing a PSS understands is a ticket. It's the only concept that it understands. It doesn't allow you to put other information into that system of record. So really where FLYR focuses is on trying to modernize that technology, displace or amend the PSS to allow for modern retailing.
Perfect. And in terms of sort of like affecting that transition to modern retailing, what is the sort of magnitude of the economic opportunity that you can gain from this? And
So I think there are two sides to the impact of modern retailing. The first one is you get closer to your customer. Airlines today are commodities, right? Yes, they're amazing brands with amazing products, but the reality is travelers have choice. They can go from A to B in 10 different ways. So airlines need to build a deep relationship with the traveler, with their customer, with their client, through loyalty. And the way you do that is by moving from a commodity to a utility, by being there for them, by making it easy for them to buy and to service. So the first part of it is about like experience. The second part is just the economics. In a good year, on average globally, airlines take about a 4 to 6% margin on the flights they sell. It's very low. So the world's biggest airline, Delta Airlines, has a $40 billion market cap. Yet booking.com, which doesn't have to operate airplanes or other capital-intensive assets, is almost a $200 billion market cap company.
wow, yeah.
Why is that? Booking.com is selling things at a 20% margin. Airlines are at a 5% margin. So the economic impact of modern retailing is that you can sell better and sell more to travelers. You can suddenly buy your flight, your hotel, your car rental, your railway connection, your eSIM, your insurance through the airline using the airline's loyalty program or credit card very seamlessly in one place. So you can build a relationship with the airline that you couldn't build before that is making the airline more money as well in the process. So it's both relationship and it is better margin by selling other products that are actually more profitable than the airline's own flights.
Yeah. Interesting. So I'd say this sort of transition to kind of offer order ecosystem where you're offering bundles to passengers, that's a massive conversation at the event this year. But it seems like on paper affecting that transition could be quite complex, especially given the legacy systems that we're working with. So I know FLYR and Riyadh Air have recently embarked on a new partnership. So could you tell me how you managed to affect that transition and on such a sort of rapid
Absolutely.
timeline?
So Riyadh Air had an incredible opportunity. They had a choice to make. First of all, were they going to be the last major full service carrier on a legacy PSS? Or were they going to be the first airline to do it right by starting from scratch effectively and not using any of this legacy technology that holds back every other airline? They chose the latter. So they bought the offer management, the order management, the digital retailing stack from FLYR. And this allows them to innovate at an incredible pace. Over the last 18 months, we have built the Riyadh Air infrastructure together with partners like IBM and Sabre. Sabre provides revenue management optimization inputs to us. IBM has built the web apps and the mobile apps on top of our stack. But Riyadh Air, while they are new and while they are a greenfield opportunity, all the integrations we have to do, order accounting, payments, loyalty, they're the same kind of integrations that we have to do with an airline that is already on a legacy reservation system. So while there is no transition involved, the types of integrations we've done are the exact same ones that every other airline will have to go through. Riyadh Air is the shining beacon of what everybody wants to become at some point in the future. And there will be other airlines to be announced soon that are on a PSS that are transitioning to FLYR to go after that same future very, very soon.
Okay. Well, to continue on the theme, as you said, Riyadh Air sort of had the opportunity to start from scratch. But in terms of those who are migrating from a PSS, how should they think about moving to offer order? What kind of mindset do you need, and what are sort of the key tools for success in that regard?
So a PSS, or an offer order platform, sits at the heart of the airline's IT stack. So everything else talks to it and depends on it. That means it's painful and difficult to transition from one to the other, not just from a technology perspective, but also from a training people perspective and process change perspective. This means that the typical approach is every airline we work with that is not a new airline, we will deploy in parallel to their PSS. We will synchronize from PNRs to orders and orders to PNRs. We'll synchronize inventory. And this allows the airline to very quickly start building a better digital experience on top of our offer order platform, while continuing to keep in sync the legacy world on which everything else is built or hangs off of. And that allows the airline to get the benefits of modern retailing very quickly, but continue to support the back office systems hanging off the PSS. And over time, the airline can start moving systems to not talk to the PSS, but to talk to us instead. So there's very few airlines that will do a big bang transition. And we strongly recommend to take a modular approach, a hybrid approach where you start deploying in parallel and migrate over time, effectively. It allows you to actually pay for your transition. You can unlock incremental revenue, incremental margin, and have that pay for the complete transition journey thereafter.
Interesting. Well, thanks so much, Alex, for sharing your insights. Great to chat.
Really appreciate it. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.